Fochman will take the throw in for PH. Down to Craig Heimbach, who plays it ahead for Barry Peters. Barry Peters sends it through.
Sean Dennis waiting there for him. Sean says, I think not, Barry.
Out of bounds. Gold throw
Kemp
in.
with the throw in. And now we have Travis Thompson coming in for Brian Bradley. And Nick Prevost coming in for Nate Grace. Kemp with the toss. Puts it into Hayes. Hayes is waiting there, but no, Fochman rejects.
Barry Peters plays it down.
Peters.
Jeff Miles.
Prevost is waiting there.
Craig Heimbach
chasing
hustles,
it down.
but Fochman gets there first.
Fochman put it up.
To Gregory Fowler, who misses.
Fowler, who just whiffs over the ball.
Substitution for PH. Kevin Smith in for Jeff Miles. Jeff Hepting is going out for Fogarty. And Thunder, Aaron Young, is going out for Scott Francisco. Craig Heimbach with the throw in deep to the refrigerator, Greg Fowler.
Sean Dennis again puts it out of Northern Territory.
Craig Heimbach with the windup, throws it into refrigerator.
Oscar
Northern
Taché is
throw
going
in.
to take this. Taché's been a big part of Northern's defense today. Taché throws it into
Barry
Prevost.
Peters gets leveled. It'll be Craig Heimbach's throw in, quick throw in, over everybody's head.
Travis
Levi
Thompson was
Banker
there.
Pops it up.
Sean Dennis again.
Kenny.
Oh, and Sean
Way
Dennis
to get
eats
in
some
there.
dirt. I think Sean just got a mouthful of grass.
It seems like PH is coming alive. Substitution for
Sean
Northern.
Dennis gets back up. He was hurt. Now they got the trainer, Bevan, coming out there. Check him out. Andy Rogers follows just in case
it will
Sean
be a
is hurt and
throw-in.
can't stay. And nope, Dennis is coming off.
Coming up, a throw in for PH.
Dennis does have what seems to be a little bit of grass sticking out of his teeth. Needs to pick that out. Just joking, Sean.
Oh, he threw in way too fast.
Taché stops that.
Battle in the corner. Throw in for Gold. It'll be Gold throw in.
Peschke with a throw.
It was a bad throw in, so Craig Heimbach will get his shot. Throws it to Barry Peters, who plays it back to Heimbach. Tries on the cross, but it's booted out of bounds.
Gotta say it one more time, and it's really, really cold out here. These guys got guts coming out here when it's this cold. The defense is totally lined up along the 18-yard line. It's put in, they converge on it.
PH floods the zone,
And Peschke
but
just
comes
blasted
up
out of
with
there.
nothing.
Number 10, Brian Gastinger was there. Ball rolled
Levi
out of bounds
Banker to
before he
throw
could
it
touch
in.
it.
To Jeremy Rosenaw.
Rosenaw
Strip.
stolen by Prevost. Prevost puts it up to Zybe.
Offsides.
Zybe is way, way, way offsides.
At half field, this should be a good opportunity for PH to get it down there. Aaron Young to take the kick. Oh, penalty against Northern. That's going to be costly. Brings it 3/4 of the way to that net. Jeremy Rosenaw to take the kick. Jeremy Rosenau with the deflected out of bounds. Substitution for PH. Jeff
I gotta
Miles
say,
and
Zach
Jeff
Polak has been
Hepting are
playing
coming
a great
in.
game in net. Polak, though, hasn't had many shots put in on him. The shots that have been put on were pretty good, and he stopped those with ease.
Here comes the kick from Polak.
PH and Northern set up.
Kevin Smith with the stop.
Adam Strassenreiter goes off the end of his foot, spins, takes a bad bounce, and PH takes the ball.
It's a penalty. They're going to want to take this one fast. Aaron the Thunder Young will take the kick.
Young puts it up there. Andy Rogers is there to protect.
Jeff Hepting going to the corner to battle for the ball. Penalty against PH. They're going to take a quick kick here. Over Aaron Young's head.
Here comes Matt Oliaga again, up the sideline. Centers it to Hayes, or Bennett, I'm sorry. Josh Notman's waiting there. He just put rockets on that ball.
Out of bounds.
Notman just fired it over there.
The sky is really clouding up over there, isn't it?
Looks like it's gonna rain.
Just what we need to top off this day. Thunder lined up to take the kick.
Young's
Matt
setting
Kenny
up,
out for Levi
waiting for
Banker. Thunder
subs
gives
to
a
come
big
in.
boot.
Young puts it up there, and hammered from the back by Oliaga. Oliaga got a little rough there.
Jeff Hepting keeping his head.
I think this cold's making everybody a little cranky.
I know you're right.
Brian Bradley just does this beautiful spin header. I don't know what I'd call it. Joel Richard loses it to the out of bounds.
Red throw in. Brian Fultz will take the throw.
Up to Barry Peters.
Barry Peters
just
goes
ran down.
around. Barry on the sideline on
Peters
a breakaway.
regains and is coming down. He's got it open, but Andy Rogers just stops him.
Rogers just showed a tremendous hustle there.
Peters bringing it up again. Gets hold of it.
Peters had a cross, but there was nobody there.
Now
Where
Portia
was
on
his
Northern's
offense?
Jason McIntyre with the ball. Over to Matt Oliaga. Oliaga with 1 goal today has done outstanding.
Jeremy Rosenau over there. Throw in PH and there will be a
Jason McIntyre
substitution
just took a
for
dirtbag.
Levi Banker. Levi Banker coming out for Brian Collins.
Brett Schnurr will now be entering.
For Kevin Smith. I
Take
might
it.
add that this game is tremendous value to all the seniors out there. Whoever
Yes,
wins,
Whoever
goes-
wins this, I mean, is gonna go on to the bigger things, and whoever doesn't, that's it. Unless, of course, they go on to college soccer.
Oh, this is true.
Brett Schnurr takes down Epley, or Bradley, I'm sorry, again.
The cross, Adam
Open
Wallace,
rush,
way
Wallace.
out of his net, and
Bennett
he's
coming
back.
down. Here comes
Bennett's
Bennett.
got the
Bennett's got
easy
this.
goal.
He scores. All right,
Adam
Josh
Wallace is mad.
Bennett's the man.
Adam Wallace got burnt on that play.
Looks
That's
like the Northern coaches are really happy about this game.
That was one mistake Adam Wallace was just waiting to make.
I gotta say that Wallace comes way, way too out of that net.
Not
And I
really.
knew just at the beginning of the game that something like that was gonna happen when he just started running out there.
But he really didn't have much choice. His defense was
Granted, the
burnt.
defense wasn't there, but I mean, it was too far. I think he would have had a better chance if the guy was just gonna do a breakaway on him.
Brian Collins with the kickoff, which was more like a little stub
Brett
Brett
Schnurr
Schnurr intercepted.
over to Oliaga. Oliaga bringing it up.
to Bennett.
Josh Bennett once more. The score
Jeremy
now
Rosenau,
4-0 Northern.
duel of the
Bennett
18s.
with 1, Notman with 2, and Oliaga with 1. Nate Grace puts it up to James Hayes. Hayes wide open.
Brett
and is
Schnurr
stopped
got
dead in his
back.
tracks by Brett Schnurr.
Brett Schnurr got the pushing call on that. It'll be PH kick. Thunder puts a big boot over everybody.
Justin Peschke waiting.
Northern
Peschke puts it ahead to Notman.
Notman.
Notman waiting there. Notman puts it in the middle to Bennett. Bennett's waiting there again. And Peschke to turn around. Shoots and is stopped.
Adam Wallace just seems like he's shooken up. I think the cold's getting to him.
Brian Bradley with the ball now. Loses it. Peschke running it down.
Barry Peters
Peschke and Peters are just tearing it up together.
PH throw in. Substitution. Gregory Fowler's going in.
And Matt Kenny.
And Levi Banker.
Fowler with a throw-in. Instead throws to Joel Richard of Port Huron Northern. Richard with a slide tackle. Takes hold of it. Passes it off to Nate Grace. Grace up to Notman. Notman running down the line.
Jeremy Rosenau gets over.
Richard is there. Puts it over to Wallace. Oh, if Northern had someone there, they would have had that. Richard's there. Richard to Grace.
Grace with
puts
the big
it way
kick.
up. Oh, and just about a foot over the net. I don't know if you can hear, but you got the Northern team over here just practically rejoicing.
The game
About to
isn't
crack
over
open
yet.
that champagne.
The game is not over yet. But things are not looking bright for PH.
Gotta say, stranger things have happened, but not many. Now Zach Polak comes off, done an outstanding job in goal. And we got Tony Partapillo coming in for Polak.
I think Polak deserves that. He should get his applause coming off the field. Thunder for the kick.
Adam Stracenrider's there to block it. In comes Joel Richard. Richard intercept. Up to Oliaga. Oliaga bringing it down.
Fochman's there,
running
though.
him down. And Fochman puts it out of bounds. And
It's inbounds off the pole.
It hits the corner pole. Now
Yeah.
it's out of bounds.
A lot of soccer players would have let it go because they think it's out, but this
Fochman
PhD,
and Oliaga just kept at it.
yeah. That's the sign of a veteran there.
McIntyre puts it back to Stracenrider. Comes Bradley.
Brett Schnurr. Jeff Hepting, Hassling.
Schnurr stops it, and Fochman just
Greg
boots
Fowler
out of there. Greg
slips.
Fowler takes a dive. Here comes Joel Richard down the side. No one on him. Wide open
Greg
for a
Fowler
perfect
goes
pass.
in.
Fowler comes in and just kicks it away.
Throw in PHN.
I'll tell you one thing, if Northern does win this, I hope that they don't go and try to pour all that Gatorade
Northern's
over there on
throw
top
in.
of the
He
coach's
stepped
head.
over the line. A costly mistake. There's going to be a substitution for PH now. Jeff Miles and
Barry Peters checks out.
no, he's still in.
Schnurr checks out.
Craig Heimbach goes back. Gregory Fowler gonna take his hand at throwing. He should be rather well because he's a goalie.
Fowler throws a little toss. Richard is there. Notman to pick it up.
Notman goes
bringing it
in.
down. Wide open for the shot.
Adam Wallace
No
is
good.
on that.
Richard coming in. Peschke's there.
Greg Fowler got ahead on it. So does Craig
And
Heimbach.
Bradley
Greg
and Fowler
Fowler.
going at it. Fowler takes control.
To the best of my knowledge, this is the first time Greg Fowler has played anything but goalie.
Here comes Oliaga. Oliaga sliding in.
Adam Wallace with
Wallace just booted it out of his face.
he's taking those risks, but he might get burnt again.
Bennett's there again. The man
Bennett
who put it
working
out
his
of
man.
Wallace.
Craig Heimbach with a whiff.
Nate Grace coming in. Notman takes control.
Notman with the
fires,
shot.
and Wallace stops again.
Down on his knees with
Notman
a
punches the ground. Brian Bradley waiting, and penalty is called.
Against PHN, Thunder will take the kick. Big boot
Young
down.
puts it way out there.
Through ball to Barry Peters.
Peschke on Peters. Peschke takes it out.
Craig Heimbach will go over to retrieve the ball and throw it in. Craig Heimbach throwing in to Greg Fowler, who pops it up with his head. Jeremy
And Grace is
Rosenau.
there. Rosenau takes it from Grace. Grace doesn't give up. He comes
Slide
back in on
tackle,
him
bad
and
slide
takes
tackle, and he's
down
going to be taken out of the
Rosenau.
game. That was
Yellow card
intentional
pulled
in
on
the
Grace.
referee's eyes. That's a 10-minute rest for him.
And it looks like Nick Prevost is coming in for Grace. Grace has done a great job out there. That'll be the end of him, though.
Thunder goes to kick. This should be good position for Aaron Young. PH lined up to flood the zone as soon as the kick is off. Greg Fowler giving the signal.
Young with the kick.
Over to Greg,
Stays
but
on
he's
the ground.
not there.
Peschke stops it. Up to Notman.
Notman down the field
Oliaga,
with
and
nobody.
Bennett all alone. Up to Bennett.
Offsides is the
and
call.
Rosenau chases him down and stops him.
The far referee makes that call.
Looks like an offsides by Bennett.
I think that's exactly what it is. Jeremy Rosenau sets it up for Aaron Young. PH seems just to be lagging. The through ball stopped, but Greg Fowler onside
Fowler
with the
wasn't
cross. Out of bounds.
called. He just plops it out.
Gregory Fowler is another one who is up here from JV. He's the JV goalie and now the backup for here, and now he's found himself up on forward.
Spider Thompson comes in for Peschke. Peschke done an outstanding job. Brian Bradley bringing it down. McIntyre's there. Oliaga up to Bennett. Bennett and Notman are wide open. Notman
Takes
with
the shot. Wallace
Stopped
bobbles the
again
ball,
by
but makes it.
Stonewall Wallace.
Barry Peters with the header over to Craig Heimbach, who gives it a kind of a
Heimbach.
chip shot.
Thompson comes in.
Northern throw in.
Spider Thompson throws it.
Craig Heimbach there though. Another throw in for PH Northern.
Here goes Spider.
Jeff
Spider puts it
Miles
into
pops it
Miles.
up.
Notman's there. Bennett looking for it, no good. Rosenau's too quick.
Jeff Hefting up to Rosenau in about a second. Oh, good play.
Looks like Northern's gonna have a mass sub here.
Jeff Hefting throws it in over the heads of all the defense, but nobody's there.
Soon to be coming in for Northern, Brian Gostinger.
Levi Banker plays it back. No, he takes it in.
Derek
Cross.
Farquhar.
Whiffed on by Greg Fowler. The refrigerator just isn't in perfect style today. The clouds are moving in. It's threatening to rain here.
Oliaga
PH.
bringing it up. Getting the cheers from
Oliaga with the
crowd.
shot.
Oliaga.
Wide.
Oh, so close. Shot it from about 30 yards.
Mass
Just barely
substitution
missed.
by
In
PH
comes-
Northern.
In comes for Northern Brian Gostinger, Derek Farquhar, James Hayes, Keith Kemp, Randy Pueller, and Sam McCarthy.
Yeah.
McCarthy is one that has come up from JV to play in the districts.
Scott
McIntyre
Francisco
and
comes
Oliaga
in for
come up.
Aaron Young.
Oliaga with an outstanding job as forward.
There is about 10 minutes left in the game. Fochman to take the kick.
Fochman boot.
To Jeff
Gostinger
Miles.
says,
Jeremy Rosenau puts it up.
Andy
Matt
Rogers is
Kinney's
there,
going
off the top
for
of
it.
Rogers' head.
It's a foot race. Matt Kinney. Oh, the
and
goalie
Tony
comes out.
Partapilo is there.
Good
Over Kemp's
bicycle
head, a
kick.
bicycle. McCarthy
Sam.
coming down the sides.
Sam McCarthy
McCarthy
looking for the
gotta
cross.
put it in the middle.
Jeremy
There it is.
Rosenau's there to
Rosenau
stone him.
stops it. Kemp's there, but Rosenau puts it around him, out of bounds.
PH throw in. But there's a sub. Greg the Refrigerator Fowler comes out so that Fogarty may come in. Throw down the sideline.
Kemp puts it down the middle.
The cross was intercepted though.
Prevost converging.
Jeff Hefting gives a long cross that's
Spider.
intercepted.
Spider up to McCarthy.
McCarthy looking like
Bringing
he's
it down
got some
around,
moves.
Around Fochman. McCarthy's little, but he's fast.
The referee is calling another card to Sam McCarthy.
McCarthy yellow carded. He's done for the game.
Yes.
DJ Zibe takes his place. Number 47, DJ Zibe. Looks like 7. They taped a 4 on his back.
It's 47 for this game, seeing as he's a JV player.
Jason Fochman's been tearing it up at defense. Probably one of their best defenders for PH.
Jeremy Rosenau.
Zibe in there, trying to take control of the situation. Doesn't work, and Keith Kemp stops it, brings it up to Gastinger. Gastinger loses it to Pueller.
Francisco is taking it in the head.
Joel Richard
Good
down
cross.
the middle. Gastinger off the head. And Wallace, no, he stops
Lets it roll out of bounds. They're calling a corner kick, it looks like.
If I had to call MVP for this game, I'd have to say Josh Notman. Runner up, probably Josh Bennett and then Matt Oliaga.
I'd say that was a pretty safe bet. For PH,
Prevost comes in. Not fast
Miles
enough,
puts a through ball to Matt Kinney.
though. Spider with the ball, no good.
Over to
He's taken
Brian
out.
Faults.
Peters.
Takes the shot, but
And
nice
no good.
save.
Pilo stops him. And
He throws it out
DJ
deep
Zibe running
to
it down,
Zibe, but Jeremy
and
Rosenau's
no.
there. Rosenau just taking it down the field, juking everybody out.
Zibe just couldn't follow that up.
Brian Collins with the cross, and nobody's there. How many times have I said that tonight?
That's another problem PH has. They need more guys up on their front lines. It seems like everybody's always at midfield. They never have anybody in place as a forward. Hayes chasing it down. James
Coach
Hayes with the ball.
Morhovic.
And Rosenau stops him, puts it out of bounds.
Rosenau slow in getting up, but it is PH's ball. Jeff Hefting with the long throw. Levi Banker's in there. Jeff Hefting gets stripped.
It's like James Hayes puts it down to Gastinger. Gastinger, no.
Farquhar with the
Farquhar
ball.
recovers. Keith Kemp chasing it down.
Kemp
Probably
up to Zibe
Zibe chasing
with
it down.
the full. Wallace
Zibe.
way out of the
What's
net.
he gonna do?
Boots it.
No good. Rosenau's there too quick. Sorry, Wallace.
Over to Farquhar.
Farquhar with the ball. Over
Over
to
to
Zibe.
Zibe.
Zibe loses it again.
If you're a PH Northern fan, you have to be loving this game. Jeff Miles racing in a foot race. Oh, he loses the ball, but he gets it back to Jeff Hefting, who puts it way up. Brian Collins going over to get it.
Spider's
With
there
the
too
slide
quick.
tackle, Brian
He stops
Fultz
it.
back to recover it. It's out of bounds, PH ball. Oh, Brian
Spider's
just
there.
took a little too much time on that kick.
Travis Spider Monkey Thompson, who just took a dive.
Levi Banker in a foot race to get to the ball. Ooh, tripped up, but no call.
Gotta say, our refs have done a fairly good job today, reffing this game.
Yes, they have.
Prevost puts a check on the number 10. Uh-oh, looks like Prevost might get a yellow card.
He is definitely getting a yellow card.
And he does. The ref
Or
whips it
some
out.
kind of card. It's a yellow one.
Yellow card.
I couldn't see what that was for. It could have been.
Prevost had checked number 10 after the play. there was nothing going on there, and he just checked him.
Oh.
In comes Sean Dennis for Nick Prevost. Dennis, who has done an outstanding job today, had earlier been sidelined because he had fallen flat on his face.
The referee is given the signal that they can kick the ball at any time. With the shot, he wants a goal, but just puts it over the net.
PH just can't get any shots off today.
PH has never had much success against Northern this year.
I don't think they've ever had any success against for soccer.
Yes, I was going to say, we did win the Brick Fowler Trophy.
Oh, yes, for football.
Jeff Hepting with the slide tackle in misses. Jeremy Rosenau gets burnt, but
Gostinger looking for it.
Francisco got back.
It.
Over to Gostinger. Jeff Hepting over there. And it'll be Northern's ball. Over to Costinger, who jukes a man.
Gostinger bringing it in, shoots!
Over the net.
Wallace just tips it right over the net.
Wallace looks frustrated.
Gostinger had a great shot there. Wallace was just too alert.
Wallace has done a great job this year. They set up the corner kick for Northern. Adam Wallace sets up. Calls for the ball, but Jeremy Rosenau comes in. Brian Collins misses on the bicycle, but gets back. Farquhar tries to keep it in, but cannot. It will be a goal kick, PH. Barry Peters coming in once again for Brian Collins. Gostinger.
Up right to Gostinger, who was waiting. Gostinger just deflected it off Rosenau.
Wide. Looks to be a goal kick.
Probably around 5 or 6 minutes left in the game, if that. 4-0 Northern.
Time is running short as Fochman takes the kick.
I'm sorry, 2 minutes left in the game.
He pops
Travis
it up.
Spider Monkey Thompson over to Kemp.
Brian Foltz was all over Kemp. Brian Foltz with the
Big
throw.
in by Foltz.
Jeff Miles go back over to Brian Foltz.
Kemp takes it from Foltz.
Jeremy Rosenau.
Rosenau's waiting.
Ooh, stripped.
Hayes puts it up.
Gostinger with the tip in.
Zybe waiting there. Just couldn't get hold of it. Hayes stops the ball. Look at this. He's wide open.
But couldn't make the pass past Jeff Hepting. Jeff Miles is there just to punch it up, but nobody's there.
Andy Rogers.
Adam Wallace.
Rogers right to Wallace.
Wallace with a fairly good kick. Matt Kenny back to Miles, who tries to put it up to Foltz. Deflected off of the Northern player. 1 minute left to play in the game. If I had to call it, PH Northern may win this one.
There's less than a minute left, so
I'm thinking it.
I'd assume that Northern would win. Kemp puts it ahead. Zybe running towards it. Rosenau. Zybe. No, Rosenau's just too big.
To still be playing as hard as they are, being down as much as they are.
Probably less than a minute left. So.
Yes. They're just working for one goal. Matt Kinney with the shot. Score! Matt Kinney with the beautiful. That has to be the highlight of his season, scoring against Northern.
4-1, Northern still leads. Goals for Northern, 2 Josh Notman, 1 Matt Olyaga, 1 Josh Bennett, and now for PH, 1 by Matt Kenny.
Matt Kenny has done very well this season.
Kenny did excellent just being there. He was ready.
Yes.
Gostinger over
It
to
was a
Zybe.
very heads-up play. Back to Gostinger.
Gostinger up to Kemp. Kemp's waiting. Kemp
Kemp.
brings it in. Zybe's there. Kemp takes hold of it again, though.
To the shot.
It's
and
up,
it's
it's
in
good.
the goal.
All right, Kemp puts it in.
And that is the game.
5-1. Kemp
No.
is just overrejoicing.
That is the game, my friends.
Kemp just put the nail in the coffin right there. Northern celebrating. I think all the Northern coaches are hoping they don't get Gatorade dumped on their heads. Here, I'm Ed Scallion for CPHS 6.
And I'm Matt Foltz here for CPHS 6.
And we'd like to thank you for watching.
Here from at Lightfoot Fields. This has been the Northern PH High soccer game.
Once again, the score, 5-1, Northern wins.